Hey, it's the Chubby Bartender Podcast with your host, Jason Gillum and Chad Reynolds, with a special guest each week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Man, I'll tell you, wife and I are looking at maybe buying a house, selling ours, getting a new one, don't know what to sell it for, don't really know how much we want to pay for the new one, where we're going to go. I'll tell you about Strauss.
Well, Chad, I tell you, who to call. Come with me. I'm Chris O'Boyle. How can I help you?
Hey, Chris, I hear you're the man to see. I'm trying to list my house.
Let's go talk.
Great.
Ladies and gentlemen, special guest with us tonight out of Nashville, Tennessee, Mr. Nick Donley, the Mushroom Master.
Formerly of Oak Hill,
Formerly
Ohio.
of Oak Hill, Ohio.
But resident of Nashville, Tennessee.
But before we talk about his success in songwriting, Chad, we got a few people
I
to
want to
thank.
talk about success in fast food.
Well, then I know who you're talking about. You're talking about Brad, the man Munn.
Yeah, hell, I think it was just his birthday here recently.
Yesterday,
I mean,
47. Old ass.
hey, I'll tell you what.
You're older than him, though, aren't you?
All year. Yeah. I mean, you know what? No, that was just in school. Like, chronologically, he and I are very close in age.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Well, he's close to our hearts with all the delicious menu items
Hey,
he's
let me
got
tell
at
you something.
McDonald's.
I challenge anybody to find a better breakfast sandwich than the sausage McMuffin with egg.
I mean,
It's an affliction
It
with
is.
me. It's an affliction. And, hey, these months have been given back to this community now for
40 years.
40
boys.
years.
40 years. So
great family. Hey, if you are hungry, get to McDonald's.
take the torch. A lot like Scott Massey did.
Who else gives back in that Jackson County community?
Hang on. Turn your mic on. Actually, his mic is not even plugged in, Tyler.
Okay, we're going to have.
We needed an engineer here tonight.
We did.
And if we needed one, who would we call?
Oh, my God, I'd call Scott Massey.
I'd call at Geiger Brothers Construction.
Oh, Geiger Brothers, Scott Massey, Hickey, all those guys.
All those guys,
My
yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, those
I
guys,
mean, when was the
whatever you
last
need
time-
done.
When was the last time you drove by Alumni Stadium?
I jogged by it yesterday.
Who built that?
Geiger Brothers.
God, it's beautiful. Isn't
It is.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly the best football stadium in at least Columbus South. And I would say Ohio, but I don't know.
Hey, well, I'll go this far. In 3 states.
In 3 states. Okay. Well, shit. Okay. I was going Columbus South.
Show me
one better.
Show me a Division II high school with
Nick,
better
what are you
facility
doing?
than that.
Nick is just wallering the
Guys all over
mic. Just
the
turn his mic down till he's ready.
Okay.
My Lord.
But Geiger Brothers, best in the league.
They are. Who else? And we've got to talk about his buddy, Jason Prater. Because
I bet they're back together training.
well, I know they are.
Oh.
I know they are.
Boxing
It's going to take
classes.
a whole damn team of them to beat me. So Massey, he likes to get with AP
He's got
Prep.
the right guy.
Well,
He's got the right guy.
they beat me the last time. You know why? Because AP Prep produces results.
And they earn the day.
And they earn every single day.
I mean, look, dude. Prater put out a great. He had a nice little thing on the internet the other day talking about Division I athletes.
I
they
shared
don't
it.
Make
I shared it on our
excuses.
Instagram
I
story.
mean, it was beautiful.
It was. Prater's a solid dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's out there training in
if I
Denver
was to,
right
I mean, think about this as a dad. If you could send your son to anybody for athletic ability, can you think of anybody better?
No, I trust him.
I trust him. I don't think. No, I'd
He's
rather
not
have,
better than Jason Prater.
I don't think LeBron's better than Jason Prater. 100%. I don't. Jason Prater is a guy that
AP Prep.
AP Prep, and he's always had this passion for making people the best that they can be, like
And-
athletically.
And he has a shared vision with the Chubby Bartenders.
Yeah. No, he's mainly just a
Performance prep.
he's your
speed,
performance.
Speed.
Now,
Quickness,
He's not a
strength.
guy that's going to take a guy that can't walk and chew bubble gum and turn him into a high estate linebacker. Yeah.
We got one more to talk about. I know this guy.
Seamless.
If you're looking for an insurance quote.
Hey.
Pudge, who would you call?
Hey, you know what's been hot here lately?
What is it?
I tell you, about 90% of my 2021 new client roster is Tri-Line, which means the customer.
Probably a discount involved.
Well, there's a huge discount involved, and you're crazy if you don't
Auto,
take advantage
home,
of
and
it.
life.
Auto, home, life. I mean, hey guys, if it's me, if it's not me, great, whatever. But what I'm saying is, you need to talk to people about your insurance rates. This is something that is 2021. Don't just take your buddy at work's word for it.
Yeah.
Call your agent, let them explain it to you. And if you don't understand it, hey, call me.
Yeah, go understand it. And let me tell you
I'll
something.
explain
If
it to you.
you are 30 or below, life insurance is on sale today.
If you're 60 or below,
But don't wait till you're my age to start
I just
shopping.
did a guy the other day. You're 47. This guy was you're 48, 47.
I'll be 48 in August.
You'll be 48 in August.
Yeah.
This guy was 44, 45. I mean, what? $18
Oh my God,
for
that's ridiculous.
$250,000.
Listen, guys.
That's
get
it.
it.
Hey, if you die, your family gets a check for $250,000.
I'll tell you. I think that life insurance.
I mean, if you die, your family gets a check. Do you have that in your savings account? Do you have that in your checking account?
No.
Then you call me.
You are essentially insuring that cash machine in your basement.
Yep.
If you had one that produced whatever you make a year,
If you die,
you would insure that.
yeah. If you love your family, care about them, want to know what their futures, you want to have a part of their future.
Hey, look, man.
There it
If you don't give a shit about your kids, don't have life insurance. If you do, call Pudge.
Nick Donley, ladies and gentlemen. What a great segue. You give a shit about your kids. You don't have any kids.
Look at the crowd.
You don't have any. You don't have any kids.
They're lit up.
Man, oh my God, bud, we're 5 hours deep. We're just now getting to the podcast.
I'm
Well,
old,
and
I'm
you
old
and I
enough.
we're 2 days deep.
Yeah,
bud.
and-
You went to the baseball game yesterday. Oh my God.
He's tearing shit
I've been
up
doing
over
this
here.
for years.
Just scrap the mic.
I've
Just
been doing this for years.
man. Welcome back, bud. Welcome back.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Thanks for having me.
the thing is,
Been a great night so far.
I mean, you guys are going to see the benefit. You guys are going to get it all mixed in as we go. But we took some time earlier, allowing this gentleman to sing some of his original work.
That's one of the only reasons that I really want to keep doing podcasts.
Well, I'll tell you.
not one of the only reasons.
I mean,
but
it's one of the cooler things.
that's one of the coolest
we've
things
done.
that we've done. Yeah. Thank you for that. That was great, man.
yeah,
that was
dude.
Me
great,
singing?
Yeah.
Was it cool?
That was
the
cool,
coolest
man.
thing?
I mean, seriously,
Guys, that's not something we get to see very
every
often.
now and then
Nick,
we get
I
something
mean,
special that happens, and that was one of those. I mean,
I will say this. I watched Stephen Richards
that
come
was
in
a great
here
one. That was a great one.
for about an hour and a half, and he kind of blew my doors off. So
That dude's awesome.
that means a lot. Thank you for that.
Hey, but let me tell you something, man. He can't pick a guitar and sing.
Well,
But
Or
he
maybe
can.
he can.
I feel like you're writing a Merle Haggard song right now.
Yeah. It kind of sounds like it does.
No, well,
I'm gonna tie this back on. Hang on, Tyler. Don't get out of your seat, dude.
Well, I'll talk.
You
Go
sit
ahead.
right there.
I'll take care of it while you're talking or while you're doing that. But every guest has its own special thing. And tonight I think you've just totally ruined that, Nick. But every guest brings along its own special.
They bring their particular piece of life.
And not that,
we enjoy.
you singing was better or worse than any of that, but it was it's like, man, you don't get that.
No.
I mean,
we don't get that
And
very
every
often.
time, I went down, have you got that?
Just relax, bud. Just keep going. I know you got a lot in you.
But whenever I went down to Nashville, and Nick and I talked about this, it's just one of those things that just
Tyler started over. Started over.
No, this is gold. It's got to be on there.
That's
Yeah,
it. I hope your boys see this. It's like I remember my first podcast.
He's exposing our weaknesses at the Chubby Bartender podcast. Perhaps our equipment is, a bit aged, or
How much can we
Donley
kick the stand?
Donley is very hard on equipment. Tyler, thank you. Look there.
Tyler, you need a raise. You need to ask for a raise, bud.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the best decision that we needed 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, man, boy. Hey,
Brad Brad Munn's burgers are incredible, though.
Yeah, they are. But look at Tyler just coming in saying, you know what? Enough of this bullshit.
Yeah.
My ears hurt.
He literally laughed at me for 15 minutes. Hand over his face, just cheesing.
And then he's like, okay, I've got the solution to this problem.
He knew what he was doing.
But he let you struggle.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
That's my boy, though.
But so I went down to Nashville about 6 weeks ago, probably somewhere around there.
Yeah.
It was right after I got out of the bar.
Put you in the bunk beds.
You did. And
awesome.
When's the last time you hung out on a bunk bed?
hey man, you don't know though, dude. I needed that trip so bad. That was a great trip, dude.
Really?
Thanks man.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that got
Love to
you
hear
out
it.
of, that
Yeah.
got you kind of out of Dodge a little bit.
That
was
got
what
me,
you
yeah,
needed.
and we weren't looking for nothing,
Hey,
were we?
I mean, there is no like simulation for changing your environment.
Yeah.
I mean, Willie Nelson says if you want to make good art, it comes from poverty and hardship. That's what makes art.
But
So,
that
like,
wasn't like
you
a typical deal, though. I mean, I didn't go down there and
No,
say, let's
no,
go
no.
down to Broadway.
But change it up.
Change
you
it
gotta,
up.
You can't stick around.
No, I don't even. Did we leave? Did we go anywhere Saturday? We went to lunch with CJ, and then
We could have been a little preoccupied.
Well, but you know
Could've.
what, man? Sometimes those are the best getaways, man. Like, you just changed your particular environment. I mean, you didn't
Yep.
need to go, like,
He didn't want to go to
mainstream
Broadway.
Nashville. Yeah.
He didn't want to. He just needed to get away.
Yeah.
And we did.
I felt bad. I felt like I held you back on Saturday night.
Oh, you're kidding.
No,
did
I
I
did.
did I set off those vibes?
No, I just felt like it's like you thought you had to entertain me or something.
Were
I
you
was
kind
like,
of
know,
No, well, I do because
but I
you're
didn't.
my
Yeah, but I didn't. I wasn't looking for that.
Were you kind of annoyed?
absolutely not. There's no no, I was not at all. Like
I thought Saturday day was awesome.
no, my MO, I think one of my greatest attributes or whatever is like I think I'm a natural host.
Oh,
Like, if
you're
you
good
get-
at that.
If
Yeah.
you want to come to my
yeah,
house, I'm going
yeah.
to make sure I've got some prosciutto.
I agree.
You know-
I
you
agree.
know
what I mean?
agree.
Like-
I agree.
You know the best thing I took out of that weekend?
What's that?
I mean, it was a great time, and
What's
I had
that?
a wonderful time. The bidet.
You got on it?
I got on. You told me. You said, "Son, you get that bidet." And I was
You
like,
guys are living large down there. Man. Sounds like, I mean, come on.
When you say large, because that could be a relative term.
I mean, living well.
he's got a bidet.
I mean, you got a bidet in your house. Holy shit, man. You're doing something right.
Yeah, I
mean,
guess.
better than me.
Are we
cleanest-
talking?
I never had
Cleanest-
my toilet jump out and wash my ass.
A cleanest, absolute cleanest asses in the league.
That's what he told me.
I
He said,
mean,
"Buddy,"
yeah.
he said, "You will feel
Yeah.
clean." He said, "Hit that water button right there."
Yeah. Hey, dude. Hey, you get that.
I wasn't talking to you while you were
I wasn't
pooping,
on.
though.
Yeah,
We need to get
you
that.
was giving me the tour of the house. You was like,
We
"Hey,
need to
this
get
is a
that
bidet."
cleared up
Yes.
right now, bud. I'm not sitting there and be like,
He wasn't in the shower. and I was on the shitter.
let me tell you something. And I theorize this because I've never lived in a house that has a bidet. And you can get those little mini ones now that go on your toilet seat. But here's I'm guessing, okay? If you've got a bidet in your house, that has saved you 2 or 3 showers a week.
Well, shit, I don't know if I will get
Bud.
that grimy.
Yeah.
you are underestimating how many showers that saves you.
Yeah.
And I shit
mean,
you not.
Yeah.
Or
I
do
will
you
go.
shit us?
I have gone a 2-shower week before, and I would venture to say that y'all haven't done that lately,
I haven't.
it's
I've
been
never.
a-
done
unless
that.
y'all are gross as.
It's been a minute.
Turn him down just a hair.
But I
I'm peeking
don't
like that.
have a bidet. So like it would be grosser if I tried to pull that move.
Here's my
Which
theory on.
perhaps I did during COVID. Perhaps. I mean,
Nobody knows.
I was not
except
afraid.
your family, and they're already tied to you.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't
they can't
matter.
go anywhere.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not afraid to write an IOU to my body, dude. I'll do that. Yeah, slap a little deodorant on the arms.
Is that
I'll
you, Chad? Or
scratch-
did you
scratch out.
steal that from something that's gold?
I don't think so.
No,
Right,
that's
I
a Chad
owe you, my
ism.
body's pretty tight.
Yeah,
I owe myself an IOU.
yeah. Like I'll
That's
strike
like
out.
next level stuff.
I'll strike out an IOU.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little deodorant, maybe some cologne or something, a little Eskimo bath. Yeah. Sometimes if I'm not going anywhere, like I mean, it's pretty bad when you're too lazy to shower, right? But you know
But
what?
we're all there.
I
we all
take-
get bored with it.
Are you?
But, man, dude, if I
Are you
had
a
a
morning
bidet,
shower?
if I had a bidet, I'd be.
Are you
I'd
a
be
morning shower
dangerous.
guy or a night?
If
shower
I get up in the morning,
I've been dangerous.
yeah.
But dangerous.
I'd be dangerous.
I've been dangerous.
If I had a
But
bidet,
dangerous.
well, I mean, shit. Like honestly, like where would you?
You're
really-
welcome, Tyler.
Like you could really,
You heard it here first.
you could really clean some things up with that unit. that really are probably the primary focus of the shower.
It's $80. If you want to not have my biggest fear, not my biggest fear. What sucked a lot.
Is this Trump snakes?
What sucked a lot was whenever you wake up and you have a certain routine. Like I wake up, make a little breakfast or whatever, brush my teeth, drink some coffee.
Take your shit.
Yes, and then I shower.
Okay.
And if you can get that order right, that kind of gets you off on the right day.
I feel like that good shit will hit you about mid-morning.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing worse than being freshly showered.
And then have to shit.
And then
it's horrible.
Okay. Well, here,
it's like
if
I've
you would
completely
all
ruined
just
it.
let me talk.
Okay. Yeah.
I might have actually dropped that punchline about 20 seconds ago. And that's my biggest pitch.
We didn't know you did that.
That's my biggest pitch for the bidet is every once in a while the schedule gets a little off.
It gets fucked up.
And you're like, you know what? Nobody wants to go to work
Greasy.
Yeah.
greasy.
Well, or
a
just,
little wobbly, a little itchy.
Something.
Whatever. But the bidet, you'll never get the order off ever.
I had a guy tell me
you
this.
literally get a shower every single time. And if somebody wipes poop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, can we say poop? You can spell it P-O-O-P or
P, whatever.
E-W-P.
Shit, poop, whatever, yeah.
If they put it on your body, what are you going to do?
You're not just going to wipe it off with a paper towel,
Exactly.
bro. And see, I like to.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Guys, I'll be honest, this brings us to a very interesting comment or topic.
Because of
which
the
we
smoothie my balls.
probably shouldn't talk about. But no, we're not going there yet. I'm a big proponent of witch hazel. Don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but these wipes, the flushable wipes that you can get, I'm not saying that you don't need a bidet, but that's what's opened my eyes to the usefulness of a bidet. Okay. Because I can sometimes get through taking a shit and not showering if I've got my wipes. Because, that witch hazel, it'll clean up shit that you think you've already done. But, think about it. I mean, the same thing. Somebody wipes
shit
on your arm or your hand.
This is a great analogy.
Are you just going to take toilet paper and wipe it off and leave it? Good God, no, you're not. I mean, that's disgusting. You're going to take at least a wet wipe, right?
Or go to the bathroom, put some soap.
So attention,
It's $80.
Yeah,
Tushy.
Yeah,
it's $80.
I've heard about that.
It's literally
and
pull
essentially,
a knob, you don't have to use toilet paper anymore, other than to dab. To ply.
Yeah,
that's all.
I like it. All you're doing is drying up with it, dude. And I mean, the thing with the witch hazel is that's like a camper's friend,
Oh yeah,
and that's
biodegradable.
And that's how I'm living my life. That's if you're camping, if you've got a bidet, dude.
Yeah.
You're living real.
Well, he got one.
That's like a new shower.
I'd never seen one in my life. I didn't see the ocean until I was 18.
You could probably get I bet. Can you get the
I can't
undercarriage?
believe you didn't even try it. Kind of blows my mind.
Can you?
Well, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Sorry, America.
Can you address the undercarriage with one of those?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the best car wash in the league.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a soft pressure.
It's all
But
warm.
I wouldn't say it's warm. Would you say it's warm?
Chili would not be pleasant.
You pay $80 for my
Water
greatest
pressure.
stuff,
Okay.
and then you get you pay $90 or $100 for the warm. But I'll tell you this: 2 nights ago, I was over there at the.
You put one at Norris too.
We installed 2, same kind, but I had the opportunity. I was graced with the opportunity to sit there with the next level bidet, and I saw warm, cold. It was set to the warm. So I know how the other side works. I know when to squirt.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of an angle, a little bit of a back and forth. 'Cause, we're all shaped a little different.
You got to work it a little different, yeah.
Sometimes you gotta ride it or whatever.
Yeah, ride it a bit, ride
But
the stream.
I put it on the warm,
Yeah.
and it wasn't necessarily warm. So what I'm saying is, just go get that bottom level thing. And
Worth the sacrifice.
It's literally the best decision I've made physically for my body
Yeah.
in a long time.
That's body conscious.
And
Yeah.
my girl says
Massey
best
probably
decision
needs
we ever made.
Massey probably needs. He probably can't get around his
Who's that?
body.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's
Piece of
the
fat.
question. Like, I mean, I guess what we need to start asking guys is like, hey, dude, are you clean? Really?
How many
Like,
people
or
can
not?
say that?
Yeah. Like, I mean, Nick can say it confidently.
Yeah, did you
Like,
shower and then shit, or did you shit and then shower?
Yeah, like, I mean, he's probably like when he's away from his house, coming back home here, he's kind of like, I'm
Buck
just
and Joyce
walking.
have a bidet.
No, but it's on their. It's on their
Because see, like
business list.
he's walking around dirty. He's riding dirty right now, and he's probably furious about it. I mean, that's the only thing I worry about is if I expose myself to it, it'll become a standard of living.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
You won't be able to- Oh, that's that brown ale. You want that?
I don't really care for brown ales, but
I don't-
I mean, pass
You want it?
No,
I don't want
I don't open brown ales. Bud.
I won't. I won't let it die. I won't let it die.
I don't know what this is.
Tropical
Mosaic
fruit.
IPA.
It's, a little fruity.
Yeah. Whatever.
I'm a fruit cake. Give me that one.
Yeah,
So let's
get
talk
that-
about your success, bud.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Let me tell you about everything good.
How long's it gonna take? Yeah, no, just joking. Let's
Oh,
hear
no
about
way.
it, dude.
No way.
But
seriously.
man, you've had some. You want that one?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, give that gentleman.
If you have another one, I don't want to steal your beer,
Oh, dude.
but
you're
I
not
do
stealing.
recognize it's great.
Friends don't steal
we're good.
anything up here, dude. You're good.
No. But man, doing good, bud. You're doing good. You was doing good last time you was here. Brought
Doing
oysters.
good, bud. I love it.
Well, just tell
That's
me.
the way he answers the phone call sometimes.
Doing good.
Yeah. I'll call him up and be like, all right, I see it. You're doing good, bud. All right, tell me now. What's going on? What's going on?
Well, you are.
Thank you.
You are.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, we are of a tribe that roots for people and legitimately celebrates wins. And,
Rooting for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rooting for it.
yeah, man.
Dude,
I mean,
aren't
so
we all
we're
rooting
excited,
for everyone?
right? I hope so. You know, I mean, and
Well, he got. You called me yesterday, and you got to see a little bit about how just some non-positive, like I mean, you got to, not that you got to see it, but like
Yeah.
you got to like. There's just not a lot of great stuff happens, or like there's just not a lot of moving and shaking. Like I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain that, but like it's almost like if you were watching like a graph. And like in some places you see stuff and it's jumping all over the board and there's just all kinds of activity and it's like, okay, where do you want to dive in at? And then I'm not bad mouthing Southern Ohio. I love it. I love this scenery down here.
Appalachia.
And everything about Appalachia I love, other than like maybe the nightlife and the social scene. If that
Yeah,
makes
but we're
sense.
too old for that shit.
And we're too old for that. But like in other places, like I go down to Nashville, and like I could have took my wife down there. I have, with you, and there's a social scene for my wife and I.
Dude, it's that way, and like I mean,
And here there's really
Nashville
not.
shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but like even like you go to Columbus, you go to any larger city, there's a little bit more activity, different options.
So I mean, and you and I have talked about it. I mean, Nick's one of those guys. Whenever I call him, I'm all like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" Because I'm just looking for like, I don't know if it's energy.
You wanna hear about it, yeah.
or
and to you, it's probably
feeding.
no big deal.
Yeah.
Like, you're just used to it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm desensitized to
Yeah, you are.
what
Little bit.
you see, but it's also been my life for 15 years.
Okay, let me ask you something, Nick. All right, Nashville, one of the most hopping cities.
I'd say top 3.
Yeah,
real
top
estate
three.
wise,
In the world.
It's
No-
Austin.
no question.
It's Austin, Texas. It's Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
It's Nashville. There's a beyond 2-year waiting list for cranes
Yeah.
to build.
Well, and that's the thing that like I always I associate with Nashville.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do some business there sometimes, and when I go down, it's like there's skyline. Like you have the big Batman building and all that, but like the thing that is the staple there are how many cranes are on the horizon.
Amen.
Like you can just tell that it is moving, man.
So okay, my pastime was to get up and go count the cranes in the morning, and I'd live on First Avenue, Broadway,
A guy would need a calculator to do that.
intersects with the city, right?
Yeah.
So Broadway comes down, remove yourself 3 streets up the hill, right on top, like a little bit of a bulge on the river, if you will. And I could get out there in the morning, and I would like go out, look at the river, and look back at downtown, midtown, south of town or whatever, and it's between 12 and 17 cranes.
And they're building like in every one of those or every one of those little things.
It's been there for 12 years, Chad.
Every area, yeah.
12 years, I've seen nothing
Nonstop.
but cranes.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because I showed up and I saw a certain city, and I revered that city. I looked at that city like, oh man, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm in Nashville. This is a cool thing.
And for you, it was driven by music.
Yeah,
correct?
it was driven by my love of just wanting to go do something like that. And I get there and I'm trying to figure out like, okay, where's my place? How does this town work? All that. And then I bounce around a few times over about 4 or 5 years, and I get a couple spots where I can literally watch the real estate, the physical Nashville boom. And I just happened to be on the mound, on the top of it. And I would get up there every morning, and I would just be like, this is crazy,
Yeah.
And it just literally has doubled. When I say doubled, I mean not just in the
I'd say tripled or quadrupled.
in the downtown area. It has clearly doubled. Like if you have screenshots of 2012.
I started going there in 2007.
Yeah.
And from then till now,
Yes.
wow.
And it's not just the downtown area. It is midtown. There's places in
Gulch.
The Gulch. Like speaking of Brad Howe messed around down there for a while.
Did he?
He was trying to get into real estate or doing something of that order. And Beth lived there for like a year, and I got to hang out with Beth. And gold.
Yeah,
Like
gold.
she is a wonderful girl. And
There's two of my good friends.
And my sister Erica.
Yep.
Had just moved there because of some, circumstances,
Just life,
if you will, And we're all down there. We're all living on the same side of town, and I was living with Erica, and we all go out, and like that was a different Nashville.
It was.
You know what I mean? It was different for everybody.
Yeah, it was different for everybody.
And now you look at it, and it is literally like a international destination.
Well, it's a hub.
It's a hub.
Man.
It is. The airport has. Created a whole nother side of the airport.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
we're talking
it's gonna
Bridgestone
grow.
showed up. We're talking like companies from everywhere are having their corporations meet there and hang out there.
Yeah.
The bars have gone from second level,
The first
third
level to third level.
fourth level.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. All these artists have
packing
their
'em.
all the artists have their names on these,
You know what
on
I
these
heard?
bars, and it's just like
Was it you that told
you
me
can't
about?
even get into bars on Saturday.
Nah.
Whenever you and I drove through there, we went to go see Johnny. Remember?
Yeah.
And how many minute wait was it? At least probably 45 minutes to an hour.
It's always that.
And I mean, we knew the bass player. You're down there. You lived down there for 15 years.
Yeah.
And you and I are still going to wait an hour to get
And
in.
that's forever.
That's forever. Yeah. I mean, that's
So Nick, talk about this a minute. All right, you've been there 15 years. You were young when you got there, okay?
Yeah.
Now you've kind of gone through an evolution, I'm sure, personally, as well as, I mean, you're getting older.
I mean, so many layers,
and
Chad.
Nashville is getting bigger as you've been there. You've watched it.
Yeah.
But, like, how does it change? Like, because I think that people around here, we look at like, man, you live in Nashville. Like, they think in their head, like, you're in Midtown or you're at Broadway, like, every night or doing that. Like, what is it like to live in a place like that where there's so much change? Like, how do you evolve with it? Like I'm sure you're not anymore, like, you're not enamored with it. Like, when Pudge and I go down there, we see it, we're like, wow, you've been there. So, like, what's the day-to-day? What's the evolution been like for you?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll say this. Like, the energy of that town has never died, if not even increased. What drew me to that town is the same thing that drew y'all to that town.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I've never lost sight of that, and I've never taken it for granted.
And what I was trying to get you to walk me down the evolution. You've been there for 15 years.
Yeah.
Like when you first got down there, you're probably like, wow, you know, I mean, this place is awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to Broadway every night. I'm going to Midtown. But then, like, you're living there, man. You're settled there. You're working the business. You're doing your thing.
Yes.
What does Nashville look like to a guy that's a 15-year resident? And, like, what was that evolution? Walk me through it.
My man.
Yeah.
That's good. It has changed a ton.
Yeah.
And also, coupled with that, I have changed a ton.
Well, of course. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys have changed together. You and the city, man. You've
I
been
have
there 15
lived.
years.
I have lived in 10 different places. I've moved 10 times in 15 years.
Okay. Probably not uncommon.
Nobody's beat me yet.
I was going to say, Chad, think about that.
I haven't heard anybody.
More than 10 years ago, you and I and Mindy and Melissa were
Well, yeah. Now,
8 doors down.
I get it. I get it. I mean, what I'm saying is, though, like,
No, I literally, like, I found myself 5 times.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that town's, it's a lot of energy, a lot of people, you know, in the industry that I chose.
Yeah, you're working a volatile business.
I always have, for whatever reason, wanted to pick the hardest path. I don't know why. I mean, maybe it's the way I was raised.
Listen, bro,
or
that's
circumstantial.
not a character flaw.
Right.
I mean, you're like, hey, look,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's the right thing. I'm just saying, like, I ended up there because I ended up there, and then it just so happened it kind of crossed with the boom town. I mean, it came.
Bad. Sorry. Please continue. Please continue.
Chad. It's good, Chad.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get it out. Let's get out, Pudge. There's nothing wrong with laughing right now.
I'm sorry. I just like that kind of struck me as odd. Like
you pulled out a conversation.
yeah, I love all beer. I love this one as
It's a
well.
beautiful
just maybe
can.
not as much.
It is a beautiful
It
can.
is literally a gorgeous can.
Yeah, don't let fool you.
The problem is this is the second one of these 12 packs that we've went through tonight.
Yeah. Just don't let fool you. Yeah, brown.
It's
ale.
purple.
Yeah, but the ale inside of it is brown. And
Hey, aliens are real.
The yolk.
yeah.
The yolk.
They're
is
real.
brown.
And I don't care what anybody says. Aliens are real.
I'm in.
They're everywhere.
I'm in, dude.
They're here. They know what we're doing. We are probably versions of
I'm in.
aliens.
I'm in.
I'm just saying that.
Agreed.
And I don't care
You
what
think we are?
anybody in Jackson County thinks about
Agreed.
that at all. We are here.
Do you get some insight in this in Nashville?
Not necessarily. But I get stoned and I watch Netflix.
You watch this documentary. Oh, yeah. You just drinking
All right,
it.
all right.
Stir it up, boys.
I like to eat noodles and watch documentaries about aliens.
It's
There's
horrible.
nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's all good.
If you get
Yeah.
stoned and watch Netflix documentaries, it changes lives. It does.
Well, I'll tell you what, it might not change
I've
lives.
heard. I've heard.
It might not change lives, but it opens minds.
Yeah, which in turn changes lives. And
Of course.
I've heard.
So
I've
anyway,
heard.
Nick,
People tell me. Nick tells
I'm
me.
sorry. I completely screwed up that train of thought.
It doesn't matter.
Let's get back to that because I'm very interested in that. Let's talk about the evolution of you in Nashville and the evolution of Nashville since you've been there.
Okay.
All of it together.
I love it all. I love it all.
Great
Don't-
town.
But precursor, don't give me 2-part questions. I told him earlier, I was like, don't make it. Okay, so when I showed up, like, literally, my main goal.
Do you think I'm like Mike Wallace sitting over here, like 60 Minutes or
I would
something?
never
A little bit
say
rough.
that.
Okay.
I would never say that.
Okay.
Not that I don't love or hate him. That town to me looked a lot different than it does now.
Right.
You know, like you stick around for a while. I mean, you see how the sausage is made. And you're like, all right, I'm not going to eat as much sausage.
Of
You know what I mean?
course, yeah. Like you're not. I assume now you're not really drinking the Kool-Aid.
Right. So
Yeah.
you go downtown. Downtown is a different scene. There's a lot of scenes in Nashville. There's a lot of beautiful scenes.
Downtown's a crazy animal.
It's crazy, and it is energy, and it is awesome.
Speaking
And-
of that, I'm not trying to
go ahead.
interrupt you.
Go ahead. No.
I think you know where
Let's
I'm
go.
going with this. We had a friend of ours. I'm going to give him a little shout out. He's went through some struggles. He's doing good now. That was the highest energy guy I've ever seen down there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Elsie.
yeah, he was. I mean, as far as front man and like working the Broadway scene, which is a totally different scene than what you're doing.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong. I mean,
and there's nothing wrong with that. But
he was a stud. He was.
he was a stud. He was a stud.
He is a stud.
Yeah. But okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Back to my 7-part question.
So I showed up, knew no one essentially. I started trying to figure out a place to play original songs.
Where'd you
And-
do that at?
Huh?
Where'd you do that at?
So we went to the Commodore,
Okay.
which was over on Vanderbilt's campus. So it was literally like the Holiday Inn's version or whatever owns it now. And they were just the hotel bar, and they would just say, "All right, we're going to have Nashville
Live.
songwriters," and it's kind of a cattle call, if you will. I mean, like, from 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock. I mean, they run 50 writers,
No shit, through the night.
literally songwriters.
On a Tuesday?
If you want to be a songwriter, we all show up at the same bar, and then the host, the person that's on the mic, right, says, "All right, this half hour we got,
On a
we got
Tuesday?
Chad, we got Pudge, and we got Nick and Tyler, and they got to get it off. And if you're messing up and you ain't got your shit tuned right,
They throw your ass out.
she's like, "Hey, baby, we got a time. We got some people waiting to play, so you got to get it right now. Hurry up now." You're like, and it's
Yeah.
just like next, and then they're all like, we're all hanging out at the.
There's so many pieces of this puzzle.
But there's a bunch of places doing that, so that's what I did. I went to all those places,
Okay.
and then I would meet all these people, and then I would.
Did it take you a while to get ingrained into that, or
No, I figured it out, but I just wasn't good. I mean, I really wasn't good enough. I mean, you got to figure out how to write a song, and then you got to write with the right people.
Well, and I'm sure down there, like iron sharpens iron. Like
Yes.
you don't
like minds find like minds.
Yeah, like you can't just wade into that. I mean, you do at first, but
Yeah.
then you start realizing, like, well,
What
a lot of people fade out, dude.
Yeah.
If I got to tighten it up,
Dude,
you know?
one of the hardest things that I've ever really had to do was like, and this sounds terrible, but it's like at a certain point, like, where do you spend your time? Where do you give your ideas? Like, who do you take your stuff to? Because you can write a bad song with somebody that's not going to get a song somewhere, and that might be their best song ever.
Well,
And then all of a
probably-
sudden they play that song for 10 years, and you're like, damn, I should have gave that song to the other guy.
but
like
like
4 levels
it's
up.
probably
It's
one
very
of those
it's
things.
political. It's
It is
very
Well, and it's
inclusive.
probably
Money-driven.
a brutal learning curve. Like
It's psychology.
Yeah, you
what
learn
it is.
by getting your ass kicked somewhat.
I've heard
Just
no.
like-
I've literally heard no 30,000 times of my life.
I've always admired that about you. Like, even our sisters were great best
Yeah.
friends. Okay. My stepsister, your full-blooded sister.
Yeah, you know how when you send me a song and then I'm like,
Yeah.
and you're like, God dang it.
Yeah.
Like, I've heard that
Yeah.
so many times. I'm just like, all right, next song.
Yeah, and I don't get upset about
Yeah.
it. But what I'm saying is, like, I've always admired the fact that you've been like I know that you went down there and you just like were taking punches, and you just took them because you knew that they weren't killing you; they were making you better, and that was kind of because of like your upbringing a little
Yeah.
bit, and like you were taking them because you knew whenever you were going to find when you felt good about it.
Well, I didn't know it.
But
What,
you
what,
weren't letting
what
it
kept
ki-
the fire burning, Nick?
Yeah, but I mean,
I
because I
didn't
know
want
you
to
took
do
a beat.
anything else.
Yeah,
I literally did not want to do anything else.
yeah,
Like if you would have said, all right, Nick, here's a pen and a piece of paper and put your 3 favorite jobs. What would you want on a piece of paper? I would have said, I want to be Ricky Fowler or I want to be Jeffrey Steele.
Yeah.
You know? And, like, if you can tell me I can walk around the rest of my life playing songs on the beach.
I would have never guessed that about you 20 years ago, though. I would have said, you're going to be the guy that's in a firm.
Oh. You got me wrong.
But I'm just saying, I know, but I'm just saying.
You just
like,
looked at me different.
Sure,
That's all.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I go back there and I look, I'm like, I would look at that guy like he was going to jump into success wherever he could get into it at.
I didn't know
but
that stuff. I honestly, Pudge, I don't think I would have ever been able to make it in a financial world. Like, I think I can sell.
Knowing you now, I don't think I agree with that. Yeah.
I can sell things. I can hang out with people. I can be the host.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not going to be the guy that's like, man, I'm going to make you money because I don't care. I don't value.
You don't give a shit about it.
I don't value it like a lot of people do.
Yeah. What you just pointed right at me. What the fuck?
Everybody.
Did you see that? Did you see him point right?
All I'm saying is, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's all I'm saying is you're right.
But you don't. I agree with that now. Like I know that now about you.
Yeah.
I've been around you enough to know that. Like, hey man, you're not like I don't need to go down there and impress you.
Right.
Like if I get down there and I'm cool, you're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're all chilling.
And we're all just cool.
We're happy.
Yeah, we're just happy. I don't have to go down there and be like, hey, let's go to Broadway and I'll pay for everything.
Life is too short to play games.
Sure.
And I made a decision. After I graduated from Shawnee, I went to Columbus. I worked at a radio station. I realized the product was shitty. And I got into copywriting, and I started writing some jingles and shit because I liked it.
Yeah.
The same reason you all doing this podcast.
We just like it.
I mean, I like it. It's creative. Like, nobody gave me clients.
Yeah.
I walked into storefronts, and I said, hey, guy, I drive by your place every day on the way to work. So I keep thinking about how I could get you on the radio, country music radio, right?
So you would walk in these places cold.
And I would have a suit on, and I would have a guitar.
A suit,
like literally, or a tie or whatever. I mean, I'm tucked in. I mean, I graduated from college.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I did what mom and dad said they really wanted me to do.
So you're walking in these places. You're walking up.
Literally tucked in.
All right.
And I got a.
How long did this go on?
6 years, probably.
No, 6 months.
Okay.
So I live with my sister up in Columbus, and I got this job. My cousin Jamie, the big old basketball player, that badass, the girl I could never be.
Jamie Lewis.
Yeah, my girl. Like my.
Why don't
my
we
friend.
have a sign
Absolute
coming into
stud.
Jackson County that says "Welcome to the home of Jamie Lewis"?
Amen. She got me a job. My first job.
Farthest athlete to ever went out of here.
Oh,
by far.
That girl's a stud, man.
Yeah.
Chad, you're a sports guy.
I mean, I can't argue with it.
Is there anybody that's went any farther than Jamie Lewis?
She got drafted.
Yeah, I mean, no, I don't think so. I mean,
I don't think so.
She got me a job.
I
was terrible in my interview.
Terrible. I mean, the only other one that
she's awesome.
The only other one being the same air like Beth. I mean, I don't know.
I don't.
We don't have to get into that. We don't have to say who's better.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Oh no, I won't.
Yeah.
I won't. But Jamie's record speaks for itself. I mean,
yeah. She's legit.
She gets me a job. So
Benji was a great athlete too. Right?
Stud.
Yeah, love that guy.
My stepsister was in love with Benji.
Oh, he's.
Should Tyler turn it off.
We can't bring Jamie up without talking about old Benj.
Old Benj.
Nothing but love.
Go ahead, Nick.
Nothing but love. Where was I?
Sorry, dude. We're messing you up.
I have no idea.
You still haven't answered my 7-part
Answer the fucking question, Nick.
So I was in.
So back to the 7-part question.
So the 7-part question started with one question. I might pick it up on the second or the third or the 8th question.
Get after it. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
So we ended up getting there. Jamie got me the job at this radio station. You're asking me how I got to Nashville.
Right.
So she landed me this job, and I interviewed, and I knew it was a terrible interview. It was the fucking
It was one of those
worst.
it didn't feel good.
It didn't feel good because the guy's like prodding me, and he wasn't like, man, I want to hire you. I want to find out why I don't want to hire you.
Like, was he asking, like, was it one of those interviews where they're asking the questions like,
No.
give me a situation?
He did
Nick.
fine.
Oh, okay.
I just really messed up, and I knew it. I knew it when I did it. And I was like, man, I don't expect you to hire me, but, like, I'm a good guy. I'm going to try hard. Like, I like people.
Hey, buddy,
I like
I'm
music.
from,
Like, I'll figure it out, man.
I'm from
like,
Appalachia, dude. Come on.
yeah,
man.
we all have a thing about us. Like, just being 20 and knowing literally nothing. I was an English major at Shawnee State University.
So it's all
the
about
cheapest state school in the state of Ohio.
It's all right, dude.
Okay?
Dribbling the basketball,
Yeah.
shooting it occasionally. Yeah.
I was literally buying time my whole life.
Okay.
So we get up there, and, you know, I don't love the job because I don't believe what I'm selling. And eventually there's like this, like acoustic contest on one of our competitor stations. It was the Buzz, 99.7.
997 a buzz.
Or 99.3. It's one of the two.
993. It's not 997 was the Blitz.
Blitz. It was probably the Blitz.
Yeah, that was hard rock though.
Hard rock.
Oh, it was that one.
It was it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, like, my demographic doesn't necessarily match up to that, but also I heard it and I was like, you know what? I got a couple songs. You know what I mean?
I can get this done.
So I walked over to Joe, who was my voiceover guy. He would do all the commercials. And I was like, Joe, so, you know, I just started here, whatever, but I also pick a little bit. And I think I got a song I want to enter it into the, you know, that
The Blitz.
our competitor station or whatever. And he's like, okay. So he like gave me the you know, the mic or whatever, and I sang. I think my song was about 1 minute and 10 seconds long, just to give you an idea of like the quality of my thought process. Like literally, maybe this one will get me in. You know what I mean? Like that. It was.
So did you just stand there with an acoustic guitar?
Yeah, I
and
did.
Pick it out?
Yeah, I did. Mic on the face, mic on the guitar, and then we turned it in, and they were like, you know what? You're in, bud. And I was like, all right, cool. And I went over to my sales manager over at WCOL Buckeye Country, right? 250,000 listeners.
Oh, big. Yeah.
A day. I mean, it was a huge
regionally,
thing, right?
that's, yeah.
I walked in over to Rob O'Boyle. Rob O'Boyle, if you're listening.
All right, Robbie.
And I said, Rob, I know you just hired me or whatever, but like I sent a song in over to the Buzz and they liked it, and they're asking if I can play it drive time tomorrow. Like, so I'm going to be playing like, you know, where the money is, you know.
Yeah.
Big deal, Robbie. And he's like, Nick, I don't know. Okay, go ahead.
He let you do it.
He let me do it. So I went in there and I played. It was terrible. I'm sure it was terrible. And they ended up like cutting me. There was like 15 people left, right? So they cut me. And then like a day or two later, they called me and they were like, "Hey, we got a lot of people, and and they want you back." So
the people spoke.
Yeah, so we're going to get you back in or whatever. So I was like, well, I mean, hell yeah, I'll come back and play another show. So I went back in there and played another morning show, and they said, all right, this is top 7.
Did you have to talk to Rob again?
I have no idea what happened, but
You just said, hey, maybe I'll just.
I think there's a real good chance I avoided all of it.
Okay.
I probably got out because I wasn't selling shit at this time. I'm writing copy for companies that aren't even buying our product.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm writing commercials. Like all I care about is like creative, you know, copyright. I'm literally writing skits of commercials.
And
and he's like, this guy ain't selling anything, you know. And I'm just like, let me do this.
Let me go do this again. Yeah.
So I walk back in there and they're like, all right, you're in the top 7 and you got to go play for, you know, these Mercury and Arista Records and like major label people were up there. It's a live remote.
Nice.
So I'm sitting up there in a bar, live remote.
What was the bar? I mean,
Columbus, Ohio, Sawmill Road. I mean, it was packed. It was big.
You're out in Dublin then.
Yeah.
At Sawmill there.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people there. It's rock. So all these people are playing like
rock.
Dude, I'm seeing
rock.
dudes in dreadlocks. I'm seeing people like ripping shit up. I mean, they're tearing it up. And I'm bad. I mean, I know I'm bad. And
You're sitting there. You're sitting there with your acoustic guitar.
Dude, I'm 23 years old and I don't maybe know a cover. I mean, like I might know. I could play Margaritaville.
Was everybody singing covers, or were they singing?
No, we were all literally.
It had to be original.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. One kid who ended up going against the grain, he played a Led Zeppelin song and he slayed it, but he did it acoustic and it was awesome.
Yeah.
But he didn't win because it was, they had these judges and they're like, well, I mean, dude, you got to play, original.
You got to play your
stuff.
thing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was terrible, but I remember walking away from all that. I got so drunk. I mean, I looked at my sister. My sister was living in Columbus at the time. And I remember I had like 1,000 blue moons and it's like 8:00. And I look at her and they asked me a question and they're like, how you feel, bud? And I said, oh man.
Was Erica proud
I'm
of
pretty
you?
fucked up or something really stupid.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at my sister and she was going, like,
She wasn't proud of you.
She wasn't proud of me. But I had a lot of people there. The sound was terrible.
She's always proud.
Yeah.
Anyway, I walked away from that and I said, all right, if I commit, I can do this.
Uh-huh.
Went there, knew no one. Then it took 15 years.
I've always admired that story.
So, like, was that the time when you're like, all right, I'm moving to Nashville.
Yeah,
This is
immediately.
what I'm doing.
Immediately.
This is my passion.
You're 23 that time?
23.
So I was going to work at Meridian, and you were going to Nashville.
God bless you, dude.
And all I did.
Because you
had the balls, dude. You had
10
the balls.
years, I
didn't
worked
have
in
the
a
balls.
restaurant.
Brass fucking
No, I
nuts,
thought you worked in that restaurant longer than that.
Two restaurants, 10, 12 years.
Yeah. I mean,
And
dude,
you
that's
just-
ballsy, man.
Oh.
That's ballsy. I mean, you know how many nights I'd be playing down here at a local bar, and I'd have the crowd pumping, and somebody'd walk up
Crowd
to me,
pumping.
and they'd be like, "You need to go to Nashville," and I'd be like, "Yeah," and then just knowing in the back of my heart that I'm a pussy, and I wasn't going
Come
to
on,
Nashville.
Pudge, you are not that.
I couldn't go down there and do it.
Well, you gotta set that ego aside and look at everybody else and be like, damn, that dude's.
I mean, I don't know
I
if
didn't
it'd be a
have
good
time.
idea now.
No, I
but,
didn't have
like,
time.
at that
I didn't have
time,
time. I didn't have
like if you go way back, like that's when you go.
Tyler,
That's
When
you
you're
go.
23.
my
right?
man.
Yeah.
Tyler's over here just watching live. He's just like, man, just going back and forth. That guy right there is solid.
He's watched so many tennis matches.
Oh,
I mean, yeah.
but that took some balls, dude. Some huge balls.
All right,
you jump into the number 3 tourist city in the United States
yeah.
as a needle in a haystack.
Dude, it's the NFL.
It's the NFL, dude.
Yeah. So let's talk about that a little
Okay.
bit.
It's the NFL.
It is.
You get down there. You arrive. You're a guy that has come in, 4th place in a Columbus music competition.
Last.
You're in last, whatever. I was trying to help you out.
They got into
the final cut.
Yeah. You made it. You got to play.
Yeah.
All right, so you go to Nashville. What do you do?
You guys work at a bar.
I talk to a lot of people, and I go to these little writers' nights. Essentially it's an open mic,
Yeah.
right? Bunch of people play songs. It's cattle call. They get up 3, 4 at a time. They're done.
Probably a lot of networking going on, though. Correct?
A ton.
Okay.
And there's a lot of shit, but there's also and I was shit
Yeah.
for a long time. Like a lot of people were shit
Yeah.
for a long time.
Well, I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? I
Right.
mean,
And you got to figure out how it goes, but there are some people that, like, even at the beginning, most of us know. You listen to them, you hear them, you're like, all right, good concept, good idea, wrote to the hook and can sing and
Keep an
can
eye on
play.
him.
Like, that's the guy
Keep an eye
that
on
we
him.
want to work with, right?
Yep.
So over the years, everybody's recognizing everyone. I mean, we're all sizing each other up. You know what I mean?
I love your stories about how you met these guys years ago. Saw 'em.
Yeah.
Just chemistry.
But I mean, there
Man,
was a
Kim-
lot of times
Man,
where I
chemistry.
met a bunch of people where I don't know. I'm not saying that like I was better than anything, but also I'd be in circles where I'm just like,
Dude, you're with Hardy and Jameson Rogers and Jake Mitchell right
yeah.
now.
And
And CJ Solar. You're with the biggest of the big
well, I mean,
on country radio.
They ain't Tim McGraw yet. You know,
They're not
they ain't
yet, but
Blake.
they're
They
not.
ain't Blake. But
Hardy wrote fucking God's Country.
yeah, well, he's a different level. But I met that guy at a
Dude
writer's
writes
round.
God's Country for Blake Shelton.
Yeah, I mean,
I met him at a writer's round.
And he,
like
and
literally,
he uses his 9-iron. He
yeah.
used Nick's 9-iron to hit a hole in one.
So tell me something, man. Like, okay, there's got to be times when, okay, you're in the atmosphere of these guys. You're in orbit of all these guys. Like, you have now progressed to where you're hanging out with these dudes who are in, you know, and like when you go to the certain bars you go to, there's probably some songwriter nights or whatever where there's some
You don't go to certain bars you go to, though. You go to whatever bars you need to. Right?
say it again.
You don't go to certain bars. You go to bars that you need to go to. Like, you called me and you said, hey, I'm going to be over here. My buddy, Eric Dodd.
Right. Sometimes, yeah.
And so you go, he doesn't go to like certain bars.
Okay.
He goes to bars that he needs to go to.
I get it. Yeah. What I was asking is, though, you probably find yourself in some places where you see some new guys that are fresh to Nashville.
Yeah.
And like, do you find yourself like forming opinions? Like,
All the time.
Are there guys that you see that you're like,
It's the most critical town I've ever been in my, like, I can't imagine.
everybody like judges
Everybody, because there's so many egos. We're all a little off. Like, we're
Okay.
all weird. I mean, I think the people are attracted to that place because the people there are a little wonky.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we're all a little egotistical, or I wouldn't even say that I'm that. I mean, in certain rights I probably am, but I mean, like, I'm a pretty good team player too. Like, I've always wanted to pass the ball. Like, I was always an assist guy. So like, I get in these rooms and I recognize talent. And the last thing that I want to do is try to like fucking big dick the dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
because I'm
like-
like, holy shit, you're teaching me stuff, and it doesn't have to do with, you know, age or anything.
Well, that's what I'm
It's
saying. Like, does it get to a point where you're like, man, I've been here 15 years.
Sometimes.
So then, like,
every
all
once in a while.
of a sudden, I see a new guy though, like, and you're kind of like, damn, though,
if he's good and I feel like I can win with him,
I'll collab with this guy.
I would definitely. Like, I would
Okay.
never not do that because you never know. I mean, there are so many people in that town that are like so under the radar, that are so good that one song can make them.
Think how many
Chesney.
people. Think how many people have gone undiscovered down there that are just
I can't even imagine.
unbelievable.
Can't even
music
imagine.
Dude,
talents.
he turned me on. I mean, my top 5 every week on our top 5
Yeah,
Spotify
yeah,
playlist
yeah.
Top
is stuff that
drawer.
Joey Hendricks, dude.
Stud.
Oh, it's great.
He's 23, bro.
He's 23, dude.
He writes like he's 40.
He's 23. Like he's
Like, if I get in the room with him, and I'm sure he's not going to listen
Yeah.
to this, but I mean, like, I'm going to give him everything I got. I'll give him my best because he is
that dude's legit.
he is literally the real deal.
Nick
Does
sends
it
him to me.
become easy to spot?
I've seen a lot. I know when somebody goes when I see somebody and they're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. not to.
I tell you, it's one of the coolest things for me. Like, I'll hear a good song. It's one of the coolest things. Don't fuck me on this, okay? But I'll send it to him, and I'll be like, hey, dude, found this one. He'll be like, oh, did you hear that? I wrote with that guy 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, though, dude. That's pretty cool because I'll be like, because I'm not looking for that. I'm sending it to you just to try it out.
What I'm seeing here is what you're looking at is 15 years of networking.
He sent me Joey Hendricks on the way to Nashville. Like, I was driving to Nashville to come see him, and he's like, hey, Pudge, check this out on our way down. I listened to this Joey Hendricks guy, and he was like, hey, dude, I just saw this guy, or you said something like, I just discovered or something.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Top Drawer is going to be that's a lifetime playlist song.
Yeah.
well,
That's a lifetime
good.
playlist song.
It's that good.
It's that good.
well, I mean, and we
Drifter.
Banging.
Well, I mean, we can sit here and say that, but then all of a sudden, like there's all the stars have to align.
So, well,
and then it becomes.
I don't give a shit who you are. That's a good song.
Oh well, hell yeah! I mean, I'm just saying.
Like, overall.
He's saying like
what I'm saying is how hard it is to, or I mean, my perception is how hard it is to progress and make something happen. I mean, like Nick, from when you got there 15 years ago to where you are now, where people are listening to your songs, and I mean,
Yeah.
what an evolution, dude. I mean,
You have no idea.
When I was at the stockroom, I used to love listening to guys and say, "Tell me your story," because I knew enough about it from you that I knew if they had grinded it out enough.
Yeah.
You know, and people underestimate how much the grind is. And you've been doing it 15 fucking years, dude.
Yeah.
well, and I mean, I guess that's kind of what I was trying to get at. Okay, so 15 years. When did you get the feeling during that 15 years that like, hey, I'm doing the right thing. I'm on the right track. The networking stuff is starting to work. This thing is it's gonna get real.
I felt like whenever you and me and Mindy went to dinner, I was probably 8 months into that. Like you had just started that.
Let me see that thing. This is the one right here.
You like that, don't you? It's a Shogun.
What the hell's he doing, Chad?
I don't know. He just wanted to taste it.
Chad's okay.
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
I knew about 15 years ago that I was going to live in Nashville.
Right.
I had no idea how it was going to work out, but I always believed that something was going to work. And I literally didn't think much beyond that.
Well, but there had to be some indicators, Nick.
3 years ago.
Okay.
I mean, 5 years ago, I got a publishing deal.
Okay.
I mean, if you really want to get down into the dirty,
I do.
Here's the stuff.
Okay.
10 years in to town, relationship not working out. Talked to a couple publishers. Word was getting out. I felt like I was going to get maybe picked up.
Right. Right.
For the first time in my life to sign a publishing deal.
Yeah.
Which means a company. I'm a contractor.
I assume that's a big step.
I mean, it literally is the biggest step that's ever happened in my entire life.
Okay.
It solidifies why you went.
No, it didn't. It was literally everything.
Not solidifies, opens the door.
It had to happen. Like, there's no way that anything happens until this happens.
Sure.
And I was there for 10 years, and I was dating a girl for a while, and it wasn't really necessarily working out, and we're writing songs, and I meet a couple people that are a little younger, a little hotter, and we were writing good songs. You know? And
you started feeling like, man, I'm kind of in a groove right now.
Like there ain't no better feeling than knowing you got somebody, and you can go score. Yeah. And I was scoring.
And do you just start getting that feeling like I'm hanging out with a group right now where like there's some good synergy, like we're writing good shit. This stuff is going well.
Yes.
And
the group you're with is awesome.
But at the time they were all young, and we were all there. There's only 3 PROs, performance rights organizations, and their job is to they do a lot of good things for people in that town, and they're essentially in charge for gathering your royalties. If in some case you're at a big old song,
right,
they make sure that you get paid.
Okay.
So there were people involved in that were like, okay, you got some stuff going on or whatever. And I ended up getting into a spot where some other guys were doing a lot of cool things. And I ended up getting a publishing deal. And it was the moment that pivoted everything, because I was on my way out from something else. It was the biggest change.
So
It was literally the biggest change that.
Would you say that kind of all of a sudden validated the time you had put in and kind of relit the fire to say we're going to go even harder because now I've got some traction?
Okay.
Is that correct or not? Or
I finally got the job that I wanted for 10 years. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely validation. And it was definitely like, all right, well, now I'm in a spot where I'm sitting at the poker table.
Right.
Like,
you got a place at the table, dude.
Nobody gets invited to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Can't
like
play
you
poker
you got to
place table.
you got to figure out a way to get there. And I was lucky enough. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like, there's a lot of things that happen. I'm not saying that I wouldn't have had a publishing deal, or that I wouldn't have, written a couple songs, but timing has everything to do with it.
Sure it does.
So I was able to meet the right people at the right time.
But don't you think that...
and they like me because...
Hey, listen, I'm not going to ball wash you, but, like, I feel like people...
Keep it light.
Yeah, people make their own luck, right? And, the fact that you get an opportunity is probably because you had you had prepared yourself for that.
Yeah.
And had worked a lot of years. Like, it's not like you just fell into it, dude.
Yeah. Well, Dad always said preparation. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
There you go, buddy. Yeah. Preparation meets opportunity. He is bound determined to give you one of those brown ales, bro. Yeah.
Amen, bud.
Is that all we got?
That's all we got.
Oh, get him a Michelob Ultra.
I don't know how to get anything.
I'll go get it. I don't have a problem with it. The moment was whenever I started getting paid to do it, and I got to see, and I got to see everybody else getting paid to do it and how they operated.
Okay. And so what you're telling me is, like, look, here's where I'm going, Nick. There's been a lot of people go to Nashville. It's the dream, man. It's the dream in country music or any music. And there had to be a point, like, most people that go come back. There had to be a tipping point where you decided.
I was there before I moved there, Chad.
Okay.
First of all, like, I literally knew that I was moving there before I ever even saw the city.
In life.
In life.
Well, and obviously you're the type of person that if you commit yourself to something,
yeah,
you're all in.
Yeah.
But what I'm asking is, like, there had to be a validation point or something where you're like, okay, I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
When was that?
When I got a deal and I started getting paid for money.
They're like, okay, we're going to pay you for doing what you're doing.
And what is crazy is they're like a small bank loan. So really, they're
paying you, but then they want something back.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's called recruitment. I mean, this is an advance. If you're writing a book, if you're Stephen King at the beginning before he writes all this stuff. Huh?
Misery?
Misery.
Breaking ankles?
All of them.
Breaking ankles? On two before?
Yeah. All of that stuff.
Right.
Like, they pay you to write the stuff, and then they get your publishing.
Sure.
So essentially, they're getting a piece of what you do, a piece of the pie. So whenever people started paying me is when I realized, like, okay, I have an opportunity to really write songs that can get to places that count. Because until you get that, you have to get really lucky, meet the right guy, and then have a song, and then get him into a record, get him a record deal to where he can get this song with a bunch of money behind it.
But when you get signed, that kind of...
Yeah, you get elevated into the cool kids club. It's essentially like, all right, well, I'm a varsity player now.
Yeah, I've worked my ass off get a seat at the table here. Yeah, now I got it.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here, and then it takes a while to get people to, like, okay, well, did he write this? Oh, okay, he wrote that one. Oh, that's a big deal. Maybe it's not. And then it's literally like a few songs.
Sorry. So does this involve do you have an agent?
No, because I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. It's not my name, not my likeness. It's only my intellectual property.
Okay.
So I'll write a song with a few people, and then that song gets placed to an artist or to a commercial or to anything, and then they take that song, and then if it gets played, then we make royalties on it.
So you don't need an agent. You don't need somebody.
No, because
out there
I'm not an actor. I'm not an artist. I'm not
right. Okay.
Like I'm just the guy behind the scenes that writes a song.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But to answer your question, it probably happened 5 years ago. When
you're like, all right, the anchor is down.
Yeah, and
even though it was when you went,
right.
but all of a sudden you got some validation, well, I'm on the right track.
Yes.
And this
for
is
the first time in my whole life, career wise, it was a big deal.
Well, I mean, hell, you're talking about being 10 years in, man.
Pudge, what's wrong, bud?
No, I don't know.
You're upset.
No, I was talking Tom.
I know, but there was a lot of problems.
Can't get rid of the hiccups.
It's a hiccup situation.
Well, I mean, sometimes the bush lattes
It'll help.
One second drink.
It'll help.
They get them.
Yeah, those bush lattes that'll soothe his gut. That's what he's needed. That's what he's needed. This is what we.
One of my best friends taught me that every time you get a new drink, you just cheers. He never said that. He just every single time he got one, he would just go.
These lattes will be like coffee for us right now. This is perfect.
Yeah, this is great. This is you know what I call this?
Look at this guy.
Juice.
Look at this guy.
You won't drink it all.
I thought he was going to go straight Southern Ohio Stallions and chug that bitch.
Appalachian juice.
I'm just trying to have a good time, Pudge.
Why are you yelling at me?
Dang. What was your question, Chad?
Nobody's yelling.
I didn't do this. I was just talking.
Am I being too serious?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm just saying. I had the hiccups.
I would love
couldn't
to
get rid
deep.
of them. I was looking at Tyler every time I hiccuped.
Yeah.
I would love to get deep.
And Tyler was looking at me. He was like,
Well, I mean,
all
all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to dissect the Nashville life because I find that very interesting.
There's a difference.
You went down there, and the reason that I would say, Nick, you've made it down there because you've been there for 15 years.
It ain't bad.
Well,
most fade out.
No.
But it ain't bad, though, Chad.
I'm gonna take it a step farther. He's made it. He's been there 15 years, but I've hung out with him enough to know he's a cool dude to hang out with. And you've got in some good circles.
Oh well, yeah. I mean, I know
I'm
he's
not
made
saying
it.
that-
I mean, I'm
I'm
not
not-
saying he's made it just simply on staying there. I'm just saying that, most people,
you've got
fade
in
out.
because of you.
Yeah.
You've got in with some fucking incredible people. Not you've got in, but you've got a chance to meet. I mean, Jake could come in here right now.
Jake met me when I was taking off, though, too. And I met Jake when he was taking off.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that there were mutual, moments where we were all
But
taking off, but there's no way in the world that those guys are saying, hey, come write a song with us because you're nice.
no. Well,
You know what I mean? Like they were like, this dude thinks of ideas, or this
Yeah.
guy's got something. It's not like I didn't luck into it. It was literally perseverance.
Yeah.
It was resiliency.
being there.
It was me being there, and it was me being cool, and it was also me knowing how to write a song.
Well, I guess that's what I was getting at is like when I was talking about
Can I get
the point.
a motherfucking format?
The point I'm getting
It takes
at
15
is
years to learn how to have a format. Apparently,
the thing I'm getting at is there was a validation of the fact that
it's happened.
not only you're there, but you knew what you were doing.
Yeah,
And people are telling you that what you're doing is good.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you always in your mind, I'm sure you were confident, but then you got validation that, hey, look, dude, my work down here is solid, and
Well, you feel like you belong at a certain point, but also there's so many times where you don't know what you're doing. And there's a lot of really, really great writers that are still to this day, like, I mean, there's
To your point, man, this is the major
minds.
leagues. Like,
Yeah.
you're not rolling.
This is some
in
major
the-
leagues. That's
yeah,
a great point.
Yeah, like
No,
you're
it's
not
the
major
NFL.
leagues,
It's
son.
the NFL, and there's a lot of really like kind of manic. I don't want to say manic people, but I mean like weird people. Like we're all showing up to try to do this thing, and it's tough. And when you
grind.
when you get, you know, when you hear no a lot, it's tough, and it's tough to take whenever you're a swing of a person.
Well, if you weren't the guy that just totally believed in what you were doing, a certain amount of no's
I'm ignorant, though.
would be, you know, like
Yeah.
you'd start questioning yourself.
But then you also know that art is subjective, and all of these people, while they might know what a hit is, I mean, we all know what a hit is. We hear a hit, we're like, damn, that one slams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for everybody to sit here and they know what it is kind of asinine too. And I realized that nobody really knows. There's, you know, once in every great while, you'll hear one and you go, yep, that's the thing. But there's 19 for every 20 of those songs that are like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty good, I guess. And like, I'm trying to write those. Like, people are signing me to write those songs, and then
You're not looking necessarily like saying, "I this is going to be a number one."
No.
Like,
I
it may
want to
be.
write.
It may be.
Yes,
But you don't know.
I want to
mean-
write "Live Like You Were Dying."
Yeah, sure.
I want to write that. I want to write "The House That Built Me."
Yeah.
You wrote with those
I wrote.
people.
Yeah, I mean, like, those are the songs that everybody wants to hang their hat on.
Sure.
Those songs don't happen very often, so you got to figure out a way to write the,
Okay, so
the Blake
if-
Shelton
if-
kind of like
okay.
wine, we're drinking wine. And
Yeah.
and I write.
Well, and
crooner-
you never know
True,
when
true,
one of
true.
I
those
write
might
crooner
just
songs all
roll.
the time.
I mean,
If you
Up
wrote
templative-
if you wrote "Live Like You Were Dying," what's your income like a year?
Back then or now?
Now,
Nothing.
nothing.
$400,000.
Huh?
that's not nothing, bro.
How much?
Now $400,000.
No, you write "Live Like You Were Dying" in what 2004
When they
5?
wrote it?
Yeah.
$2 million, $3 million dollars.
If you wrote it,
Yeah.
you're not on the track. You wrote it
At the end of it all.
at the end of it all.
Right now, no, but at the end of it all, they will that. They own that song. It's a copyright song. It's a big old evergreen. Just the song.
You're
that
looking at YouTube. Who's watching that? Who's doing that?
Yeah, he's the biggest song. He was the biggest artist at the time.
Playing on the radio all the
I
time.
mean, 5 years. 5 years. It was a big old, emotional
Yeah.
song that everybody takes with them.
Yeah.
With the biggest artist at the time.
Yeah.
They're out there.
They're out there, man. You're right there with them.
Well, but I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of songs that you hear, you're like, man, that's a number one. That's a number one. But do you really ever know? I mean,
Number ones are weird.
yeah, like you never know, man. Like,
Luke Combs could fart.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like once you get in there, if you're on the album, I mean, that song's gonna be big because like he'll probably throw up 3 or 4 number ones off the album just because they start playing the stuff every time he releases one.
Yeah.
He his first album, this is interesting. He was kind of fresh, right? He took meetings with a few people, and he ended up writing this whole album with a bunch of writers that weren't signed. They didn't have publishing deals. The whole album.
Luke did.
Luke. The whole album didn't have like
Anybody.
signed professional writers in Nashville.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
And I think there
Which
was
album?
one guy. There was one guy that like right before the album was released, signed a deal, and whatever that was, worked its way out. But he did it all on his own, not part of the thing, because streaming blew up at that time.
Okay.
And he's a very relatable character, right? He's got.
Oh
this
yeah.
voice.
Oh
You
yeah.
look at him, you're like, yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, just a fat guy,
Yeah.
drinks
And if
beers.
he talked in
Chubby.
this microphone right now,
Chubby.
this table would blow over.
Oh, it'd be great. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
like
yeah.
he is a monster of a dude.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yeah.
And everybody related to him.
Yeah.
And he has the biggest record, whatever. And all these people that wrote all these songs didn't have a publishing deal. And before you know it, they're the biggest writers in town. Like they're getting paid.
So is it
They're all-
better to not have a deal? Like if something like that
if
happens?
I could not have a deal, I would not have a deal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like it's better for the
Yeah,
writer
yeah.
to not be signed.
That's some of my favorite conversations with you. Whenever you're like,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want a deal.
Nobody wants a deal because I know
You'd
that
seem so excited as your friend. Like you'd seem so excited. You'd be like, I don't know if I want a deal right now.
nobody wants a
well,
deal.
because the thing is like
They're
the
paying
big
for
chunk
you.
out of that.
It's literally a bank loan.
Yeah.
It's no interest bank loan. And like, all right, I mean, do I get
We
2
like
years
it.
of your song?
It's
Do I get
complimentary.
1 year,
Because
year
you're
of
like,
songs?
they believe in me.
Yeah, but also they just slice that pie in half and they say, I'm gonna take your song.
Do they help you? Do they help you
Yes,
get a
yes.
deal?
So how does a
Okay.
guy like Luke Combs like?
And it's extremely necessary
Big-
for a lot of people. For me, like I need deals.
Okay.
I need deals.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm bartending,
Okay. Yeah.
and that sucks.
You don't want to do that.
guy like Luke Combs, though, seriously. Okay, you're in this. He's just a. I'll say this, and I'm sure he would agree with this. Like, he's not the greatest pecker. Like,
That doesn't matter.
I know it doesn't matter.
Tim
I know.
McGraw doesn't play.
No, Tim McGraw, Kenny Chesney.
That doesn't matter.
You're hitting GC and D.
No, he's the dude, though.
But how did he become the dude?
I think he's relatable.
That you're right. That word is so powerful, and if you don't understand that, like he
He is the dude.
it doesn't get any bigger than Luke Combs. They're comparing him to Garth Brooks.
No, they're not.
He's
Yeah, they
getting-
are.
Whoever they are.
I mean, I think
go to
comparing him to
sleep.
Garth Brooks.
They need to go to sleep.
I'm telling you, this dude's 26, dude.
Dude,
that
what about
guy is not
what about Eric Church?
Nope.
Like you don't think he's bigger
You
than
think Luke
Combs?
Combs is bigger than Eric Church?
Yes, I do.
I don't know about that, man.
Get
Yes,
out
I
of here,
do.
bud. Chief.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter. I get it. He's from the Carolinas. I get it. But I'm saying Luke Combs is going to eat him. If they put out an album on the same day, Luke Combs is going to eat him. Luke Combs is the thing
Right
on the
now-
greater than less than.
They're collaborating.
now-
They're
He's gonna eat him.
collaborating on
But
stuff.
I mean, Luke Combs has still got, like, whenever Eric Church, when Chief was in his moment, he beat everybody. Luke Combs doesn't
Luke
necessarily.
Combs wasn't there.
What I'm saying is, it's all relative.
I get that, but I'm saying Eric Church didn't
You can't
compete
compare the two.
with Luke Combs.
You can't compare the generations.
You can't. You're right. You're right. And that's what's so crazy about that whole business is it just changes every day.
It never stops.
It never stops.
Never stops.
Well, and so I've got to ask you this, man. Do you enjoy the hustle?
Oh yeah, he does.
Yes. But also,
Does it make you weary?
He don't get weary.
I
You don't-
do.
You don't get weary.
I do. I come back to Jackson County.
When you get weary,
Do you recharge a little bit when you get
I
back?
have to. You got to. You have to. You got to get out.
I was blaming.
That town is deep, man, and it is like it's deep.
All right, let me ask you this, dude. We're talking Nashville. So you're working all the time when you're there, basically. Like it's either networking, or I'm writing a song,
Right.
I'm doing this, I'm doing that.
Right.
So when you do something that Pudge and I would perceive as fun, like, hey man, I'm going out.
Like we all need it. We all need to listen. I mean, listening is way important.
and then you went out and got 150 mushrooms.
Well, I mean, what I'm getting at is like when you go out, okay, down there, are you working, or are you enjoying yourself, or
No,
is
I'm
it
enjoying myself.
okay? So like
Usually.
you go out, you can enjoy yourself and probably do a little bit of work, networking, whatever, depending on who's there.
Yeah.
So like when you come back to southeastern Ohio, it's a break. I
100.
love like you feel like okay, I'm off. Like I don't I can't influence anybody here. It doesn't matter.
Nobody knows who I am here. Like, I literally drive.
We know who you are, Donley, for Christ's sake.
I know, but the population is very small.
Yeah.
And it's not like we got a lot of places to go. It's not like we got a club where we all go sit out there in the club and say like, oh, there's Brad Howe up here tonight.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like nothing's like that. So like I come home and I see my family and I see my friends and I go back home. I mean,
yeah. Like, do you feel like you're kind of just downtime when you're here?
100%.
Like you're not
downtime.
Trying, like, because I guess what I'm getting at,
Franklin Valley is gorgeous.
Yeah, hell
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
it is. Yeah, it's been the same for years.
I mean, there's so many.
But I mean, what I'm getting at is, like, when you go out in Nashville, even though you might be going out to have fun, it's still sort of maybe work is kind of on the back of the mind, maybe, depending on who's there or who might show up, right? I mean,
a lot of
you might have to go into networking mode or, you know.
Yeah. So most of the time, like, you kind of know what you're getting into. If I want to go out and we say, all right, we're going to go to this venue or, you know, we're going to go to this bar.
Right.
Then you're going to have to like show up for that kind of thing. I'm not saying that I'm a chameleon or that I wear a bunch of different hats, but like,
no, I'm not. I'm not really trying to say that like you're fake or anything.
Right.
I mean,
but I mean, like if I got to put my business hat on, I'll go to the bar and I'll like try to say hi to a lot of people. But most of the time, I don't really care. I really don't.
Right.
And I was telling Pudge the other day, like that's one of the biggest reasons why, like, he said your social media game's terrible, and I'm like, well, it's kind of intentional.
Okay.
Because I don't want to say like, man, I had all this shit going on.
Yeah.
And then everybody looks at you like, okay, all right, well,
really, what you got?
Because I don't like that. I don't want to be on the other side that looks at somebody who says, I've got all this shit going on. Life is great. Like Instagram's kind of a tough platform, you know. It's a pretty selfish platform. So I don't really place a lot of value in that.
Well, I mean, the thing that I think would be challenging, and I mean, this is complete perception. I have no idea. I've never worked a day in the music business. Never sang a song, other than the Stediford as a grade school kid, and I was very good. Always blue ribbons. But the thing is like the music industry would lend itself to like kind of a party style thing. Yeah. Like, you know,
don't get it twisted, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You're living a pretty cool life.
That's what I mean. Like, people are, you know, you guys are.
I mean, I went down to see you for a reason. Yeah. I mean, you're living a pretty good life.
Well, and that's what I'm saying.
By
like,
choice.
You are by choice. I totally, I 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Hey, give me a little fist bump with the bad thumb. 100%. Like, you're in a, like, man, I hope, I mean, if you went 6 months and didn't talk to me, I'd be like, fuck it, we're cool. Because, like, you're in a groove right now, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're, like, and I'm happy for it, man. Like, I'm so glad to see this, like, in a friend. And I'm glad we became friends. But, like, I'm just saying, like, you're in that fucking groove right now. Like, man, you got to stay there, dude. Like, you just got to do whatever you can do. And
Amen.
I mean, and I know people's going to say, like, well, that's crazy, Pudge. But there's been so many people that has tried this, you know, and like it's crazy to watch a guy I know,
that's what I was
go
saying.
through all this, and you know, you're just, these are all just, you're there now. You're almost 40, almost. You're almost as old as me.
I'm old enough to know
You're old
what
enough.
matters.
I see some gray in that beard.
And you're gonna start looking at life in phases, or like segments.
I've already done it.
Yeah.
Do you know how many layers I've cut off? I mean, how many identities I've had?
Sure, yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You grew up in Southeastern Ohio, you're a basketball player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You wake up seeing
Dad's
death
football
your
player.
whole life. Like
Yep.
my mom and dad had a flower shop.
Yeah, man.
Oh, yeah.
And all they did was like we put flowers on the
On the
casket.
graves, boys.
No, on the casket, dude. I was
Yeah.
literally placing it, shaping it, directionally when somebody died. And I told Josh tonight, I was like, dude.
Happy birthday, Josh Donley. I'll say it, even though your prick-ass brother won't say it. I'll say
Ooh, happy
Dang.
birthday,
That's
JD.
It's a hot take.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, I think one of the reasons I got to Nashville is because I saw death every day.
it. Yeah.
You know?
Was that a
All
good
I-
is that a good dinner? Buck and Josh?
Killed it.
Who did what?
Huh?
Who did what? Because you always bring in some meats.
We did shrimp.
Shrimp.
We did scallops. We did.
Shrimp scallops.
Certainly, you brought some mushrooms.
No,
What's that?
no, how stingy motherfucker.
You wanna talk
He ain't
about
bringing no
mushrooms?
You didn't. You didn't bring any mushrooms.
You want to talk about mushrooms?
I mean, you didn't bring any
Are
morels
we
for,
going?
for Buck to
Hey,
to
Saturday
cook?
morning, let's go. I got baseball. Me and Chad got baseball game at 10 a.m. I'm good till.
No, we don't. Tomorrow's Friday, bro.
No, what, tomorrow. I'm good all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are we going to our spot? We gotta go to our spot. Dude.
Saturday?
No, tomorrow. Let's go to our spot tomorrow morning.
I don't know. I might need to go to Columbus.
That's fine, but can we swing by our spot?
Before I go to Columbus.
Hey, you know how? Hey, we found our first mushroom together.
Yeah. No, I found my first mushroom.
Oh,
with
fuck you. You're gonna
Pudge-
do that?
With Pudge. He took me out there and
I
literally.
gave you the spot.
And
Hang
we-
on, Chad. Hang on. We're getting ready to wrap it up. Oh. Hey, listen. I took you to the spot. You found the first mushroom.
Yeah, I did. It's the
And-
worst mushroom that was ever found. for
Worse.
you.
That son of a bitch was a dye bag.
It was right there, literally in the trail. It was a walking trail mushroom. I mean, it was. I was like, "How about this one?" And you're like, "You didn't find one," and I'm like, "I mean, I'm already taking pictures of it, bud." I'm down there crisscross applesauce taking pictures of this mushroom, and he's like, "Let me see it before you pull it."
100% true story. Yeah. He's down there crisscross applesauce, just having a moment with his camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dialed in, and he was like, "Well, at least we know we can find him." And I was like, "Hell yeah!"
How long are we, Tyler?
140.
140. Let's wrap it up.
What do we got?
You're gonna be back again.
You got a joke?
I got a joke. Let's see. I don't have a joke. You hit one. See what you got.
What do you think an 80-year-old woman's crotch smells like?
Peanuts.
Depends.
Depends on what.
Exactly.
That's your best.
What do you got?
You poured that out of your pocket.
Think if you. Do you have a better joke? Than that?
I don't know if I have a better joke.
It's kind of hilarious.
Chad, we're wrapping it up.
Okay.
All right, and so we're gonna wrap this up on what's your best joke?
Whose?
Yours.
Oh shit! On the spot.
Hey, you can piss again, Chad.
Let me think.
Can I deliver mine?
Please.
You're gonna do it again.
I said, what do you think an 80-year-old crotch smells like?
Don't know. Mothballs.
Depends.
Yeah. Oh.
Thank you.
Good Lord, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Pudge just got it. Tyler, you got to keep this one in.
That's absolutely beautiful.
I'm hearing on somebody else.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I was wondering why you
man, I'm
didn't laugh
fucked
the
up.
first
I ain't
time.
even gonna lie. I don't get fucked up on too many of these. Man, I got fucked up tonight.
I think
Not
that's
much,
a compliment,
bud.
right?
Not
I
much,
mean,
bud. Did you just drink my rest of my beer, you dirty mushroom picking
nobody's
prick?
grabbing.
You can drink another man's beer. You can't mow
Nobody's-
his lawn.
Nobody's grabbing it.
Tyler, you
Those
still mowing
purple
your
ones.
grass?
I am.
You dirty fucker.
Hey, like,
Too many,
comment,
too many.
subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, subscribe and I'll throw you a joke.
See you next time. Hey, Nick Donley, stay tuned. We got some good shit coming up. Like and subscribe. Chad, we're gonna have a little party this weekend.
Oh,
It doesn't matter. It's too late anyway. It doesn't matter.
Did we have a party last weekend, Chad?
yeah.
Yeah.